we just say hello to August. We are coming in from the chill that is July, for those in Australia anyway, especially the lower parts, and the watery time to a fiery time. What a change. I really feel this time of the year is one of the most, I would even say, surprising when it comes to changes, because you are shifting completely from one energy to another, to polar opposites, water to fire, intuition to determination, right? So if we had a very inwards month, this is now time to bring that outwards into the extension of will, mastery, over what we have and how we claim those goals. It's a beautiful time to be setting your goals, right? It's a beautiful time to be setting up what you feel this month has in store for you. So, what are our beautiful guests today? We've got the Pyrite with the Majestic Earth Tarot. We've got the Ruby-Fuschite with the Tarot of the Divine. We've got the Kunzite with the Housewives Tarot. We've got the Turquoise with the Golden Tarot. And the Aquamarine with the Angel Tarot. Oh, gorgeous spread, wouldn't you think? So, allow yourself that quiet. Let's welcome in this fiery month with action and will by letting in a quiet, deep breath. Release that energy and make your wonderful choice. What is your chest telling you? What is the image, the crystal that you see when you release that breath? That is a choice for you, and I will see you then. Open your minds and hearts to these messages and let yourself be motivated for this month. Whoa, whoa, Leo. Can you tell I like fire months? Well, anyways, I will. See you there. Well, Pyrite is a beautiful grounding choice for you. You can't go wrong when it comes to Pyrite. I know that historically it's been known as the fool's gold, but I don't think you're a fool if you pick it. It's a beautiful crystal that lets you feel emotionally balanced, protected, and lets you feel so grounded, especially when you're trying to get more material things done, the earthy area in your life. If you need that protection, you need some physical goals done this month, and you need to feel stable while you're doing it, this is the right choice for you. So the Pyrite works with your sacral chakra and also can be used for both root and solar. It does say that the solar and the sacral are connected by the Pyrite if you use it. So it's a beautiful little bit of an all-rounder on the lower body. So let's see what the Pyrite has in store for us with the Majestic Earth Tarot. Now this is such a gorgeous deck. My goodness. It really was worth the wait to receive this deck, and the amount of detail you will see. I'm telling you now, you'll notice little things in the reading that comes along and it will just be gorgeous. We've got the Five of Cups. We've got the Creature of Stone in reverse. This is the Pentacles in this deck, by the way. So, and you've got the Nine of Wands. Now, looking at it, yes, the trees are wands and water is cups in this deck. So, here's the thing that is very important, especially with the Creature of Stone, and that in itself is a royal card in reverse. So really think about it this way. This is the time that you shed. We know that water months can be quite intense and can really encourage you to go deep within. And finding yourself deep within can be a mixture when it comes to the experience. Sometimes you do find things that you can improve within yourself and you can move forward and be in your grace. But sometimes also you find those shadowy aspects. And of course, as humans do, we feel the anxiety and sometimes the inadequacy from the things that we see when we look within. And that is all right. This comes from the intention within for us to actually want to be better. We try to look for the things that really do need improvement because we want to be better. So The theme for this month for you, Pyrite, is to forgive yourself. Please forgive yourself and accept yourself for finding things that you felt were not up to par or needed some improvement in the last month. And that is okay. Now this is the time to really turn this card back around and now do something about it. What is that first actionable step? Do you notice that you don't feel so great about, let's say, your food or your diet? You're not feeling so great in your gut. What is that first step we can take? Can we change the way we eat 1 day a week and then perhaps maybe 2 days a week? But this is the time to address that. But it is okay to feel that initial disappointment at first. That is all right. That is very human. And it's all right for you to feel that way, to understand it and sit in the feeling. You did all that work last month, but now we're going to bring it into the outer world by making a change about it. Now that is my Capricorn Aries combination, singing to advice like this. It really is my forte. So think about it. If you look at these little, let me bring that up here. These little, I think they're deer? Yes, they are. Oh no, deer. Yep. They are in a pattern. They're in a sequence, right? So they're not all moving as one group. This is a signal for you to not rush everything and go through it all together. One step at a time, the other steps will follow. So what is that first step that you can take to resolve some of the things that you felt needed some real improvement within your life as you went deep last month? So really ask yourself that question. And today we've got for our lovely assistant oracle, we've got the Viking oracle. Such a beautiful set, really, really big. Hope it fits into the whole setup. I don't know. I worry about that half the time. Let's have a look. We've got the Rado or Rido. Some people say Rido with a H or sometimes without the H. Then we have the, not these, right. And the Berkano. And the not these and the Berkano or Berkana, some people also say, are in reverse here. And this is the thing. This is a specific message that there are some very basic needs in your life that you have not looked after yet. Yep, that's exactly what I mean. These, not these, is a message, right? Really, I may have said this in other videos and you may have remembered, or if I've told you in person, the runes are pictorial. They may look like little just lines and even letters, but they are based on images. And not these are two sticks being rubbed together to create a fire. Fire created humanity, and it is the key to survival. We cannot deny that. So your basics are somewhat lacking this month. So bring that fire into your life of Leo. What is it now that you can do physically that will bring that zest into your life? Is it assigning 5 minutes in a day to sing and dance like crazy when no one's watching? Is it a 10-minute walk that you don't need to have but you know will add to your life? So really have a think about it on a different level, because the Berkana is coming. That seed is coming to fruition into creativity. So what I'm trying to say here is, if you start with your basic needs, right? Get that moving, get that going with the Rido energy, you will unlock your creativity. So from the in, as we are looking within ourselves, really examining certain concepts and ideas there and growth, we now turn to action, and that action leads to creation. That is beautiful. That is, I mean, as solar and as creative as you can get for Leo in August, honestly. I mean, no complaints here. So really for you, it will unlock that potential in you. So this month, allow yourself to identify your basic needs. People can be so caught up sometimes. That's when it happens, when you go inside, you know, you think about lots of different concepts, philosophies in life, your personal emotional growth, but sometimes the biggest growth comes from looking after your basic needs. Your basic physical needs may not sound so spiritual half the time, unless you do yoga or something like that, but they are just as important, because they allow your body to function. They allow your physical vehicle for your spiritual and emotional growth to flourish, because that's where it resides. And your body is just as important. So please remember, If you are still feeling a little bit caught up in that inner energy and you're still feeling a little bit stuck, ask yourself, have I neglected a basic need? Have I eaten my meal today? So really, remember that coming from here. It's really, really important for you to understand that these basic needs have a much bigger impact, right? It's okay to feel things. It's okay to judge and weigh these things. But now we're going to get moving, especially with that rider. That rider, if you actually turn it this way, if you turn the rider this way, this is a wagon. See, wagon. You put it, and that's where you lift it up and push. So we got to get moving. We got to get moving for this month. We're going to start by identifying our innermost needs, and we start developing that. And can I please pick up this card? Thank you very much. And we start developing that into our act of creation. That's wonderful. For those who know their Bible very well, even God took 7 days to create the world, right? Think about it metaphorically too. So, one day at a time, one need at a time, let's check. And when you're in those troublesome moments where you still feel a little stuck, look not within, look at out. What am I missing in my external physical needs? And you'll find your answer one step at a time per day. I hope this has brought some guidance to you. Remember that now it's time to come out from your shell. Thank you, that was a Cancer reference. Come out from your shell, definitely a Cancer zodiac reference. Time to come out from your shell, get moving, and start looking at what is needed in the physical world. You look after yourself for this month, and welcome that growth coming, and it is coming. You just have to work through this to unlock it, but that energy is on its way to you, encouraging you to create, to flourish, and to bring in a warm glory that would be for the month in August. Ah, wonderful. That's why the Pyrite is there. It is there to ground you all the way, to bring you really into the physical world. Ah, what a beautiful combination. So you look after yourselves for this month, and I will see you in the next. Take care of yourself, as someone I like says, because you deserve it. Can't resist the ruby and fuchsite, can you? You can't ask for a better combination for the heart space than this wonderful pink that is a ruby and a fuchsite that is a green. It's such a wholesome crystal. It is everything that you need and more for the heart space if you're wanting to develop a bit of self-love, understanding yourself, and then also learning to support yourself with that understanding. It's such a companion to you, and for me, I really feel the physicality in crystals. I really love how they feel in my hand as well, and even against chakra points, and this just feels so wonderful. So if you are needing some inner work and you need to have your back, this is the crystal for you that really makes the difference. What a lovely choice for some inner work this month, and we will see what its companion, the Tarot of the Divine, has in store for us. Let's have a look. Hello, you can sit there. Oh, maybe we can, so we can see the little ruby. Hello. Oh, okay, you're a bit cheeky. Cheeky. Voila. All right, let's have a look. Shuffle. What is the message for you this month in August? Got the Queen of Coins in reverse. Wow. We've got the World in reverse. Oh, what a combination. And the Seven of Coins reverse. Now, we all know this is a fairy month, and this is a month where you'd really, really start planning and maybe even take the first steps. But even then, for this month, Ruby and Fuchsite, the cards are actually asking you to hold back for a bit. So if you've got some plans, especially some financial and material plans, let it sit there for the moment and show you what it's made of. Because I know you've got that fire roaring. You want to prove that your plans are worth the time and they are worth pursuing, and I am sure they are. But allow the world, this is where the world comes in, right there in the middle, it needs to ripen a little more. No wonder you've picked the Ruby and Fuchsite, because perhaps right now the best way to move forward is to ensure that your goals and your heart aligns with this goal. Sometimes we do get caught up in that fiery desire where we simply want to do things because we can and because we are capable. And I have no doubt about that capability. There's my Capricorn speaking. But it's not just about because you can, or because you can achieve such great things. It's also about treasuring and respecting yourself and your time. Who are you pursuing this goal for? For what specific purpose is this goal for? Perhaps it's to meet an expectation from someone else. Perhaps it's a belief that was ingrained into you for you to make as your goal, even though it doesn't reflect your heart in its deepest. So really think about it. That's why it's such a contrast, right? A lot of pentacles and a lot of physical work, the external world, but your Ruby-Fuschite is there. It is telling you, like Roxa says, listen to your heart. Are your goals authentically you? Or are they something that you just feel you should do? Or is the next step, do they align with the values that you have decided for yourself? And it's really important. That's why the cards are actually telling you to kind of stay and let you think about it even more, because you'll see that your perspective will mature when it comes to these plans, and you'll understand where your place is in that wider world and what you want to contribute to it in the form of your goals. So it is a bit of an inner understanding. We need to just double check. You know, if we've got the values here, we've got the beliefs that you've chosen, by the way, not made for you, and what you have and what you want to do, which are matching and which are not, and what is the most beneficial step to make sure that they align. Because in a way, when you align with your heart, the world aligns with you. So if you just take that fire right now and just go, 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 because you personally can, but you're not necessarily aligning with the universe, you are working purely alone, because the universe will only support you if it really resonates with your heart. So a little bit of patience for this month. Use that Leo fire energy to plan and examine with a sharp tooth comb. Is it a fine tooth comb? With your plans, right? They're not doing anything necessarily with it. They're just holding it. They're watching it. They're seeing where it aligns and where it brings you to before. All right, let's have a look at your wonderful partner, which is the mythology tarot, the Greek mythology tarot. Oh, tarot, oh goodness, oracle. So let's shuffle it a little bit. Such big cards today, but I like it. Cards are never ergonomic, but they are pretty. We've got the Pandora. Oh, the hope. Okay. I really got something. Esthea, home. Oh, can't ask for better than that. She's my favorite. And Poseidon, right? The unknown. I see. Do you know what all these cards have in common? All these deities? There is something within. The ocean's depths within. The fire. Look at that. Look at that synchronicity. The fire within, stoked by your inner authenticity, and the desires within that sometimes you feel a little bit hesitant to bring out into the world. So this is a real message to go within. I know you just went within in July. It was a quite an emotional month for many people, but this is not within just to see, you know, where you are emotionally or to check up on you emotionally. This is to see your dreams. This is to understand your heart's desires. That's a different focus altogether, right? And that Pandora, look at that. In this card specifically, let me just bring that up for you. Look at that. She's almost hesitant. Let me get that a little bit into focus. She's almost hesitant to show what she desires, right? She's almost keeping it in. And the cards really sense something for you this month, okay? They are sensing that you are hesitant about certain dreams and aspects that you do have, and you're not necessarily willing to show it. And in a way, that's okay. We all grow up in a society, there you go, and a lot of us have been trained to keep our innermost desires kept in because it's silly, or it's not practical, or it's not what your family wanted for you. So, and you may forget what those dreams are. And it really requires some deep soul searching and diving to understand that you are more than just what you present now. There are desires within you, authentic things that really stoke your fire, that is hiding within your depths. Your plans right now, I am sure they have been thought out, They are made with practicality and sense in mind, but there's a little something missing that can only be sourced from deep within you. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why all of them represent a kind of depth. And you may need to do a little bit more soul searching, maybe inner work with the inner child, looking back on things that maybe you used to write, but looking within you and really asking, what did I put away because I thought it wasn't worth or wasn't allowed to be pursued? And you deserve to know that. You deserve to see what really sets you ablaze. And you know, it's knowing that and having the bravery to bring that out into the world. That is growth. That is understanding you at the very core level. The heat, what really brings that fire within you. And when you can understand that and you can be brave enough to bring that out into the world, to admit it and to actually set that in alignment with those plans that you want, you're unlocking a whole different level to life in yourself, and you're inviting the universe's energy to come and help you with it. Isn't that brilliant? So remember, for the Ruby and Fuschite, we are diving in, but we're diving in for something really at the core here, to understand your desires, your heartful desires, and understanding where we may have hidden some of them, bringing them out, and then putting them on the table with the physicality that you want to enact on. Oh, that was a bit of a wordful. I hope you enjoy this month ahead and that you find what it is that you're searching for inside that you may have even forgotten existed. You deserve to know, you deserve to honor what your heart's wishes are. Look after yourself for this month, and I will see you into the next. The Leo is the calmest out of all the fire signs, just letting you know. So it's okay. Lions sit most of the time, you know. They only hunt in very short periods throughout the day. So it's okay to sit and look for this month. I'll see you in September. Oh, do we have the Kunzite? Oh, the Kunzite and your beautiful presence. The Kunzite is a heart-based stone. It's so light and cloudy. I really, really love it for what it is. It is a beautiful stone for self-love, for having mercy and compassion for yourself, and understanding where that all comes into your life. And also, it's a very goddess kind of crystal. So if you're wanting to invite goddess energy into your life, this is it. This is the way to do it. And you support yourself along the way. Oh, that is gorgeous. That is lovely. I really, really enjoy that. And it's such, this one feels like a girly best friend. A girly best friend, I would even say. A very feminine and supportive presence in your life. And that's why I have paired it with the Housewives Tarot. Oh, funky, funky. All right, let's have a look. We've got the Housewives Tarot, which is a lovely little deck here, beautiful. So let's pick up three. One is the Ace of Pentacles, but in reverse. What are we doing here? Page of Wands. Oh, what is this surprise? We've got the Six of Wands there too. Hello. Okay, that was 2 of 1. Okay. You know, okay. We can do, oh, I like that. Strong in the Wands energy for a fiery month, because Wands is fire in tarot. Yes, yes, yes. Just a quick note. So, this is a month where things are heading your way. Now, it's interesting that the Ace of Pentacles are in reverse. I really, really find that fascinating. You know why? Because the cards are here are telling you the first move isn't from you. So this month, things will really be inspiring for you. You will get very creative this month, and you will get some things done. Oh boy, it's like magic. But it will initiate from the universe itself. I know, how funky is that, isn't it? So keep that in mind with the Housewives Tarot's message today for you, is to allow yourself that time to hear the universe, the first signal from the universe. If you've got some plans, you've got some ideas, that is beautiful. keep it there, don't get rid of it or don't dismiss it, don't diminish it, but let the universe hand you the first step. Let's say you are working and looking for a new job, okay, and you're really thinking of wanting a new job, you're really wanting to get into that space. All right, that's perfect, that's wonderful. Here's a challenge for you. Before you give any, you can make your resumes, you can fix it, but before you go out and start handing them or sending them, wait for the universe to show you something. Perhaps it's a specific company and you see their sign somewhere, you see their ad. And if you're one of those people who are searching through job sites, things like that, I think that's what you call them, the algorithm will start bringing the right things to you, right? Even that can be the work of the universe too. So allow the universe to, if you actually see that, look, it's offering it up to you. So it's up to you to how you can read that. That is so funky. I like that. So yes, but here's your responsibility on your end. Your responsibility is not just to respond when the signal is given, but to be ready to respond. So here's the thing on your end. You're waiting for that green light to go and, let's say, do what you need to engage, contact that person or take that first step. But before you see that signal, it is your responsibility to make sure you are ready, that you've got what you need. So going back with the same example as before, if you're wanting to start giving your applications to places, right, and you're wanting to get out there, make sure that it's ready to be given and you're just waiting for that signal, that little shot when the race starts. But make sure your shoelaces are tied, your shorts are pulled up, and that you're ready to go. So yes, wait for that signal, but make sure that you are ready to go. And when you go, you will go well. May I simply say that? Where's this energy coming from? I think it really, the elements in the season really affect me. And I really feel the shift into the fiery that is this month, and I am loving it. So remember that for this month, let yourself be the second step, but you are prudent and you are ready. Second step. Oh wow, I can't say much more than that. It's wonderful. So let's have a look at this month. We've got this beautiful assistant oracle, and I really am struggling to pick it up. It's just like, that's what's happening behind the scenes right now. Do you recognize this? Beautiful. And this wonderful, I think this is called I always forget this. I don't know why I forget the name of this one, but I will list it down here. This is the Oracle of I think it's the Oracle of, I use this one every week, yet I forget its name all the time. I think it's an oracle about creativity, but we'll see what the messages are. Funky, isn't it? All right. This is not the Oracle of the Hidden Realms, though it is by the same creator, I think. So let's have a look. And I think this is an imaginative oracle as well. So let's pick here. Oh, no place like home. No place like home. Oh, on a Housewives Tarot. Oh, can you get any better than this? And we've got the peace. Beautiful peace. And bringing you that growth and all that glitters, but it's in reverse. What an interesting combination there. So here's a bit of a message for you, right? You know why you have to wait for the universe's signal here? It's because you have to be true within yourself in how you pursue those goals. Right? The cards are training you, the universe is training you to be ready. Right? And readiness itself is a skill, because it's your responsibility to not only prepare your tools, but prepare the environment that you're going to be pursuing that goal in, taking that time going forward. And in the meantime, it's a lesson for you, and I think it's a bit of I understand this very well, that it's important to learn how to lean away from a certain kind of behavior. And when I say that, I mean people's behavior to sit there in anxiety and to be antsy because they are impatient for results. That's a fiery message right there. And the No Place Like Home and the peace combined is a lesson for you to learn to be calm and serene when you are waiting. You're waiting, you're smiling, but you're not complaining because it's not here yet. You're not thinking about the next 2-3 things that you're gonna do because you want to feel like you're doing something. It is being in the presence and the state of waiting and being all right with that. Right? Because your eye is always on the prize, all that glitters. And sometimes that's actually quite greedy. So this is a bit of a lesson for you this month to understand. That's why the universe is starting with its signal before you, because sometimes you have to understand that your ego and what you prefer doesn't always come first. Sometimes the universe has a better way of bringing about what is right for you and what is good for you, what is wonderful and will make you happy. But you don't get to set the tone of that every time. And that's why it is your task for this month to use that Leo energy. And remember, Leo is actually quite cozy. I feel like Aries are always in a rush. Yes, they are. Don't deny it. And you've got the Sagittarius, which are quite adventurous and hard to kind of pin down. But the Leo is the most chill out of all the fire signs. So in that chill space, make your space comfortable. Ask yourself this question this month. How can I get comfortable with the wait? How can I get comfortable in the moment, whether I'm on the go or not? Right? Is there a lesson behind that for you? Such an interesting thing to think about. So I hope this is something that really brings a bit of insight to you as to how you want to move forward. It's a very interesting way to really bring in the energy that is this month. So think about it, wait for the universe's signal, be responsible for your preparedness, and make that place where you come from a good one, because that is a skill you will use for the rest of your life. The universe wants to train you in that, and I think it's very wise to want to input that lesson into you now, to not be too caught up with outcomes too much, to not be caught up with desire too much, to be happy and content in all stages that is pursuing. When you are pursuing something, whether you're active and inactive. So I hope that helps for this month and brings a bit of insight to you. I will see you in the next. Look after yourself. Vibrant, supportive turquoise. Now this is one of the, as they start, this is one of the oldest crystals that you would see reference to in history, you know, ancient Egypt and Greece. You'll find this in so many historical records and of course artworks. And the turquoise is worth the fame that it has. It is a beautiful throat chakra stone that is a great help for your mental health, for your inner peace and serenity. Yes. And that inner peace and serenity comes with a little bit of assistance from the throat. And you might think, well, it's mental health. Okay, so a little bit of mental thing going there. And it's also that serenity. So why a throat chakra? Because it's important for you to be able to express and come to terms with those needs, even with yourself moving forward. So the turquoise is a beautiful help to that. Allow yourself to become vulnerable and to communicate with yourself in that way so that you would understand your needs and support yourself along the way. That's wonderful. That is wonderful. Oh wow, the turquoise. Hello, hello. We've got the Golden Tarot today, our beautiful medieval deck that I keep dropping. This is, I think, the second deck I've ever gotten. So this doesn't look like it, but it's kind of old. So let's have a look and see what the Golden Tarot has for us. We've got the Tarot. Hello. We've got the Seven of Swords. This is a wacky combination, may I just say, in the Chariot in reverse. What is going on here today? Okay, that is really wacky. Okay, so where do I start? In this month that is the fiery Leo, may I just say, turquoise, you've got some rearranging to do and you're gonna need that energy every step of the way. And while the fiery energy can be quite impatient, though, disclaimer, I think Leo is the slowest energy out of all the fire signs. Not a bad thing, but I really feel it's a pace thing. You have some serious physical rearranging in your life. So the priorities that you have really been looking at and evaluating in the last month, now it's time to put them into your physical life to reflect your everyday routines, your weekly routines, your monthly routines. right? How much do you spend on certain things? How much time do you put to what you supposedly value? So really it's time to start moving that around. And yes, your friends are going to get thrown off, and people around you will be kind of confused that you start moving things, doing more of certain things, less of certain things, and that's okay. And here's the fun part. You don't have to say anything to them. That is the beauty of the Seven of Swords. Now, as the Seven of Swords, as a reader, I know it gets a bit of flack because it is the card of deceit. It is the card of secrecy, but I want to argue my case that this is a good thing. Yes, I believe this is a good thing. The Seven of Swords here is actually a metaphor for your boundary. Yes, knowing that you don't have to update everyone on what you're doing, especially when it's something so personal as letting your actions align with your everyday life. And of course, people around you will know that to some extent. They will notice because they will see your schedule change. It will affect how you spend time with them, how you communicate with them, and that's fine. But you don't owe them more than a brief explanation. And if you don't feel like explaining anything at all, they have to respect that until you're ready. That is the beauty and the power of the Seven of Swords there. It is all right, especially in upright, not in reverse, that's a different story, to keep your plans and your secrets to yourself. Secrets aren't always negative, right? And here's a little bit of a message from the Chariot here for you. As you go about these changes, slow down. You don't have to trailblaze through this and make over your weekly routine all in 1 week. No need to do that. Do not worry. Let it come as a gradual change as you notice things, and let that be a source in you. So really, take that pace, take it easy, and let yourself glide through this experience. You don't have to use up all the energy at once to get it done. You're all right, okay? Just letting you know. But yes, some huge structural changes here. But you take that time and you draw that line as to what you keep to yourself, because maybe you're still figuring some things out, and you're testing some things, and that's all right too. And our guest partner for the Golden Tarot is the Kuan Yin. Oh, such a light spirit. Love it. And of course, as is the general rule with these things, because it is a double-sided deck, I am not looking. So if my hands feel like they're flying in random directions, pardon me, I can't help it. All right, let's have a look what Kuan Yin says. Beautiful one. I'm gonna try to be aligned. Try. Oh, let's not drop anything. Boom. Oh no, that came out a little aggressively. And look at this movement. Look at this movement. Literally flying. And we've got the guidance. Let's move that just so you can see a little bit, right? And moving forward. See? And look for my sign. I love that. Look for my signs. So actually, this is your sign to go, okay? This is not a yellow light. This is not a red light. This is a green light. Know that you're being supported in this journey. Perhaps another reason the universe is encouraging you to move rather slowly about it is because, guess what? You're not doing it all by yourself. The universe is there helping you every step of the way. And it's there to make you feel supported within yourself and to be sure in what you're doing moving forward. So it is there supporting you, it is there caring for you. So allow yourself that time and that energy to read the signals the universe sends you. We do that so much, and I know I've gone over this before, but we really often do things on our own, expecting that it's all our burden. The universe is there to help you. That's why sometimes you're told to take things slow, to do things slowly, because it has to have space for the universe's work and its presence, right? If you work with spirit guides, if you're religious, that presence has to be considered as well. That's why you're being watched over. You're going to be sent some signs. It doesn't mean that you don't do anything. See, she's still moving, right? She's still moving. She's still riding through that wind, but you are doing so in tandem, in teamwork, okay? And that's how you see it. Look at all this movement, even here, right? Except for this card, there's a lot of movement. So understand that the universe is looking out for you and it's waiting for the right timings for certain things. So while you're enacting this change yourself, perhaps think about it this way. You are working together with the universe. Yes, you are supported by the universe. So try and think about it that way to lessen the pressure on yourself to perform. We are a society that really pushes self-independence. Is that self-independence? Yes, self-reliance, right? And sometimes the independence can be quite excessive. But understand that in every step, it's not barren, okay? You're being supported. You are working in this journey along with another presence. And that is the key. And I'm guilty of this, especially being a Capricorn and you have an Aries moon in there. You want to strong arm everything yourself. Totally. That's expected for certain people there. And that's fine if you're feeling that way and you want to challenge a new way of being. That is fine. But allow yourself that time and space to hear what the universe has to say and what it wants to do in your life. These big changes will finish someday. Do not worry, they will finish. But every brick won't be laid by you. And that is something that you need to absorb all the way through your ego. It's part ego, it's part society, it's part everything. So for this month, allow yourself to start. Please start, okay? We are not holding back here. We're not staying. We're not waiting. We are starting. We are working within ourselves and only sharing what's comfortable with us. And then we step back to let the universe have its space and have its initiative every now and then. That is the best way you can be supported in a direction that you want to be headed. All right, you look after yourself in this month, Turquoise. Let yourself be led at times, and in the others you can lead yourself. What a beautiful message. You are supported. I will see you in September. Aquamarine, you are such a favorite to me. Yes, I am biased towards Aquamarine, okay? I admit it. It's a beautiful heart and throat based stone. Yes, I know it's blue, but it can still work wonders with the heart and in your intuition, but mostly the intuitive side in the heart, allowing you to see the messages that you need to support yourself, right? To be able to move with the intuitive messages, to follow the guidance that you get, and to feel that flow and feminine energy within you. So you are gentle with yourself and gentle in the way that you communicate. The Aquamarine. Oh, so beautiful. I can't. I love it. I love it so much. I can't. It's one of those decks that really have a soft spot within me, and I really feel that in this case, the Aquamarine really makes a bit of a presence here. Wonderful. And we've got so this is an angelic tarot. It is so beautiful. It's got a beautiful cover, all right? It doesn't have the reverse, unfortunately, but it really has beautiful messages that are in it. So if you're looking for a very beginner-friendly tarot, this is one of them, because this angel tarot actually has the meanings on them to some extent. But the confusing part about it is it changes the system of the suits. So it has different names. So the 10 of Thought is the 10 of Swords, right? The 8 of Immersion is the 8 of Cups. And you've got the Guardian of Abundance. So I think the Guardian of Abundance, the abundance is the Earth. And so this is another royal card that we've got as well. Wonderful, a court card, that's a better word for it. So in a way, you actually get the full meaning there, but you have to remember what is abundance, immersion, and thought, and translating guardian, and lots of different guardians. And I think there's also a queen in there somewhere, but she has a different name as well. So keep that in mind when you do. But this is a release for you, Aquamarine. The message here is really, this is the time for you to finish up the old business. Yeah. There are things now that have finished after the last month, and you have to let them go. And in a way, because everything that you feel, experience, and hold within yourself keeps a space within you, if that makes sense. It takes up space in your body as energy. So there are things that are already physically well and done, but I know you linger upon still here and there, right? It's physically finished, but you must also decide to emotionally finish it. It doesn't mean you're forgetting it. It doesn't mean you're letting it, letting it get past you and not acknowledging that it's there. You will, but you must also decide what you feel about it once and for all, right? And when you do that, you stop dipping your toes in. You stop trying to reminisce to find some other answer when you force yourself to have a judgment on it. And the Eight of Emotion there is, it's such a wonderful thing, because the Eight of Cups is about letting something and leaving something that doesn't serve you anymore, right? And you're wanting to move on to something that is more fruitful for you. So you are moving forward. So do not forget this. In this Leo month, you are moving forward. And look at the Guardian of Abundance. Please, how coy do you look, mister? And you are moving on to that success. So you are leaving that realm of the emotional finishing things up, and you're moving to a new plane where you're setting some physical goals for you. And it's so interesting because you're moving from water to a more earthy side, but the fire also plays in well to this situation, because it's asking you, it's encouraging you to start bringing and giving birth into creating, right? It's encouraging you to create, to bring yourself a new beginning. So the new beginning for you will be something that stabilizes you, that makes you feel loved and supported, which is why the Aquamarine is there. But it's also very physically, I would even say sensible. No, I wouldn't even say sensible. My English is a bit funky today. It is very physically noticeable. Yes. So you can see it, you can hear it, you can touch it. And it's something that signifies physically your new beginning, right? So think about, what can that be, that physical side that is a new beginning? Is it a gym membership? Is it a new diet? Okay, maybe it's a new book. You get something new for yourself, or you create something new if you're going to get crafty about it. So what is that new physical thing that represents the leaf you're turning? I like that. Then we've got the Warrior Oracle. Hello, a double-sided oracle yet again. Please. We're going to have a look and see what its message is for us. Isn't that lovely? Beautiful. Let's have a look and see what's here. So again, double-sided, so I'm just not gonna look. It's gonna be very, very wonky. Disclaimer. I swear there's two in here. There's two in here, isn't there? Boom, I felt that. Ah, look at that. Such a really fine writing. So I'm going to try to read it here. The nature, what is this? I can't read it. Balance is the nature of the universe. Goodness me, that was a bit hard to read. Your capacity for joy is infinite. Oh, it really is giving you hope here. And it takes time to tame your breath. Ah, okay. Because you are breathing new life into yourself. So the yin yang, I knew that. That's lovely. The angel number 8. Oh wow. And Kapalabhati, which is head and light. So allowing yourself to illuminate and heal. That is so beautiful. So yeah, this is all about that renewal for you. A renewal that was long overdue, that you do deserve, because you're carving out a path for you that allows you to support yourself, allows you to be there for yourself more compared to how you were before. And that yin and yang is that practice, because now you're coming into the light, but you're understanding and still knowing that you had that darkness within, right? And that 8, that beautiful 8, is telling you that things are on the move, things are going to be born, and you're going to be taking that new step forward. That is so beautiful. I really love that message. And of course, it takes time to tame your breath. So there's no need to rush for this. The universe will fulfill you as it sees fit. So let yourself be supported. Let yourself create as the universe wants to support you in doing so. Right? And I really, really like how this has that beautiful message around letting yourself cope again, because I understand in the last few months you may not have given yourself the space to hope. You're too afraid, you're tired, and you're really unsure about where you're heading next, and that's all right. That is all right to feel. Anyone who's been through that and had to go through that kind of discovery understands that. So I hope that from this point forward, you can place that trust within yourself, understand what you need at the moment, and let yourself be held, let yourself be looked after. You deserve it, and everything else that comes along the way is also there to support you as is needed. So finish off that, write that down, let yourself be led into a different space, and then take that care for you. You really deserve it. And in that way, as you acknowledge how you felt in the past, when you do that, when you tidy up, you open up space for that new creation, that new bounty to come in for you, because you deserve it. So look after yourself this month, and I'll see you in September. Ah, wonderful. Thank you for joining me in this month and being open with your energy and letting me share and intuit that insight for you. That is really, really important within this month, because as we know, there's so much, you don't belong. There's so much fire in this month that it's easy to just assume that we're just gonna go up and get it, which is lovely too, by the way. But the universe always has a gentle reminder for us. Before you get up and go, you have to understand when it's not your turn or when it's my turn to begin these things, my being the universe. And also understanding that from here, your insight and what you desire at the innermost level really, really matters. And what you understand in the world and from within you is worth pursuing. So if you know yourself and your most deepest desires, and you bring that out to the universe, you welcome in so many blessings into your life. And it's also understanding within this month, knowing what to do when you are working in tandem with the universe. It's your responsibility to be prepared, to also make sure that you are aligned, and to clean up anything that's finished before you engage. That is your role. And if you understand that, the universe will work in harmony with you. What a beautiful message for this month. So this fairy energy works in such, I would say, even quick and successful ways, but it also does these things with inner knowing. That's the beauty in all of it. So I hope that for this month you find that fire, you start stoking that fire within you to achieve things in alignment with you. Thank you so much for this month. As always, I'm really, really thankful that you're keeping an open mind and heart for this. It's always appreciated. And I will see you in the next. Look after yourself. We are waiting, at least those who are in the same states or nearby states as me, we are waiting the warmer season. So get those fires ready. I'll see you then. Bye.